Hello, guys. Welcome back. This is your host, Michelle Diamond, and we are here today with InDaHouse Media House Call, and we have an amazing guest with us, Mr. Christopher King, and we are truly excited to have him grace our stage today. And of course, this segment is brought to you and powered by Sapphire Emerald Magazine and in part by MBG Global, which is made by God Apparels. So, here we have it, Mr. King. Thank you again for blessing us this evening. And just want to get a little bit of background on you just to see, where it is that you derive from and just a little bit about what you do.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be in the presence of a queen this evening.
Thank you.
I'm down in Tampa. I was raised in Georgia, but I've been in Tampa about 7 years, and I'm the founder of the Gentleman's Course as well as the president for United for Human Rights Florida. And I love humanitarian work, so I think moving to Florida was one of my best moves, and I truly enjoy it down here. Truly enjoy it down here.
Awesome. So, tell us a little bit about the gentleman's course, what that all consists of, and when you started it, and what basically inspired you to actually develop that.
The Gentleman's Course is a 501c3 nonprofit, and it's focused around teaching youth etiquette, human rights, and human trafficking prevention. I started that program back in 2015. Like I said, I moved to Florida in 2013, and
Mhm.
while I was here, I was heavy into fashion. So I had wooden bow ties, as you see in my virtual background, that blazer. That's one of my blazers as well that I had, and I did men's personal shopping, personal styling. I was big into fashion, and it wasn't fulfilling for me. So I had a manager at the time, name was Tina Cox, who's now in Vegas. But I asked her, I said, Tina, help me find a pathway to truly give back. How can I help people? Making money is great, but how can I truly help somebody? So she said, well, why don't you start, figure out a way we can work with some kids? And I said, that'd be great. I'd love to do that. And so I came up and she said, you need to come up with some content of what you're going to teach and what you're going to instruct them on. And I came up with my 30 rules of being a gentleman and 12 suggestions of a lady. And that's kind of how I built my curriculum on around and made up what the gentleman's course actually was. We go over the formal dinner setting, the different glassware, and I mean literally we're talking about champagnes, martini glasses, the gentleman's rock glass, sangria glasses, it's just the general water glass. People say, you talk about a water glass? Like, yeah, we talk about a water glass. And we spent a whole 10 minutes talking about a water glass. Uh, and just like I said, just a formal dinner setting in its entirety, table topics, tones. It's a full out course for young ladies and young men to understand and learn how to be ladies and men. We incorporated human rights to the program when I was introduced to United for Human Rights around the same time, and I was just a volunteer. I wasn't the president then. I was just a volunteer, and the synergy because there's 30 human rights. So I had 30 rules of being a gentleman, 30 human rights. I call it my 30-30 now. And it goes well together, correlating every human right to a rule of how to be a gentleman, putting them together in analogies as well as working with youth. So truly, it was a divine destiny element for me to truly create that because it put me in a lot of different places, and I truly enjoy what I'm doing now, working with kids.
That's awesome. Why do you believe that it's very important for children, whether it be the male or the female, in general, to have someone like yourself create a program, in this capacity for them?
Well, I can't say it's important for me, one, because I'm just one person. I think all youth should have somebody of a positive nature, or if not multiple people of a positive nature in their lives. We live in a world today where affirmations are key. And if we're not self affirming, if we're not pouring into our community, then we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. As a people, we can do a lot by ourselves, but just imagine what we can do together,
Mhm.
unified as a community. And My part, my job truly is just to educate and mentor as many youth as I possibly can. As long as I got breath and energy and 2 feet, and I'm not playing my Xbox, I will mentor as many kids as I possibly can. That's an inside joke, ladies and gentlemen, but I love my Xbox. GTA 5. If you're on Xbox, GTA 5, look up the King Familiar. You can find me.
He loves his Xbox. Yes, he does. He loves that Xbox, I tell you.
But I,
You
I
know,
truly believe kids should have mentors in their life, and that's just me doing my part.
yeah, and that's amazing and very commendable. So, um, do you see this program just are you trying to take this on a national, international scale? Where do you see this program going in the long run?
My goal truly is to get to educating more adults so we can take the platform national, potentially international. Because what it takes, I can't be more than one place at one time. I need ladies, true ladies, to understand the curriculum, go through the course themselves, learn it, and start their own chapters. I need men to truly understand that just because you're a man does not make you a gentleman. Just because you are an adult does not make you a man. These are levels of understanding and responsibility that people have to make choices. And there are rules that fall under those guidelines that you have to follow to fit the bill. My grandfather had a song called Paying the Cost to Be the Boss. And a lot of men don't understand just because you 21 and above, that does not make you a man. You can still be a boy at an adult age, So truly, I need more people to sign up, get taught, get educated, and grow with me.
Yes, amazing. And since you hit on the subject, I was saving that little piece for later on, but you did hit on the subject as far as your grandfather having that song, Paying the Cost to Be the Boss. Would you mind telling our audience who your grandfather is and, who you are respectively?
Respectfully, and I see how people use this word a lot. Respectfully, I'm the grandson
Hashtag
of
Clubhouse.
it's a hashtag, right? Respectfully, uh, I am the grandson of the great blues legend BB King. And truly, he was my mentor. I miss the old man, and as I call him, Papa, Papa BB. You know, there was many days, many nights where he sat and talked with me, or we was on the bus or in the hotel room at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and he say, "Son, I want to go to bed, but I don't want nobody in my room when I go to sleep but you." And I looked at him. I said, "Really?" He says, "You can't leave until everybody leaves." So I'll be sitting in the living room, about to pass out, go to sleep, over in the corner somewhere in a chair. And they're like, "Cuz, you can go ahead and go." I'm like, "Nah, nah, nah. It don't even work that way. Papa, not. I'm the last one to leave because I got the key. So when y'all finish, y'all get up out of here." And I had to literally start kicking people out of the room. My aunt Claudette, she can verify that story. She knows, I it wasn't a game. So, I was the first one in the room next to Myron, who was the valet, and I was the last one to leave. And truly the conversations we were able to have. Sometimes knowledge is more valuable than money, all day long. And he poured so much knowledge into me. And I cherish that because it's made me a lot. Today in these times, knowledge and information is key. And I thank him for that.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. And you guys know that BB King, uh, amazing person. And of course, we know Claudette. She's an exceptional woman. Love her, the things that she's doing. And of course, just being able to, you know, have this relationship being built with Christopher, it's like amazing. He's very knowledgeable. Wonderful person, and I'm just grateful to have him in my circle, period, point blank. We started some things together and we're going to finish them. So with that being
Yeah,
said, tell us a little bit. You listen, we cannot
we
be on the
can't.
line with the inside jokes, Christopher, okay?
Right, right, right. That part, that part. They be like, "Wait, wait, wait, wait. What do you mean they got some things
What
working
did
on
we miss?
together? What they doing? Look, we plotting over here, plotting."
Oh, we are, because we have some amazing things that we want to do. And it's not just to benefit us, it's to benefit, everyone. So the little jokes and stuff, it's just, getting us of uh, what's to come, just greatness.
Right.
Um, with everything else, we know that you mentioned being the president of the president for United for Human Rights. Florida, I'm sorry, I have
Somebody,
kids. So
somebody just upset your whole day.
this is why I love this
Y'all dis
president.
y'all disregard that. Look, let that one go because whatever just happened just shook the entire day. So she gonna get back to that. Go ahead. I love you.
We love you too. You know what? This is why I had to bring him on because he sets the bar for everything. And I knew that this was going to be just an open and what we like to call a very organic interview where it's just us, just real, and you're just getting the rawness of everything. So being the president of United for Human Rights Florida, can you tell us a little bit more about that? I know that it's all, you said that it all came about around the same time as the gentleman's course, but could you tell us a little bit more about that and what that entails?
So United for Human Rights is a international organization. They have chapters all over the world. And as I was a volunteer and I continue to thrive and grow, organizations see who really does the work in the organization. And I learned and picked up everything fast. So when they had people or needed people to go out and give classes or sessions or give speaking engagements, things of that nature, they would say, "Hey, Chris, are you available to give a seminar? Can you go educate this school? Can you go to this community center, et cetera?" And I would always go. I was always available. At the time that I was volunteering, there was a president named Gracia Benish, wonderful woman. I love Gracia, but she rest in peace. She passed away of natural causes, and so the organization in Florida was without a president, and they were, the topic was thrown around: who's going to be the next president? Are we going to, what are they going to do in that situation? And it was thrown out there. I said, what about asking Chris? So when Christian, who's the executive director, he was there when Gracia is still executive director now, he reached out to me and said, "Hey, Chris, I got something to ask you." And I'm like, "Well, what's up, brother? I mean, you're my brother. You Spanish, I'm black. We got mamas from different places, but your mama, my mama, your mama, we mamas. We good." He said, "I want you to be the president for for UHR Florida." And I sat back and I'm like, "President? Is there a check tied to this? Like I get some money for this? Like this paid? Like what does that entail? To be the president of something? Because when people throw around the name president, automatically you attaching that to a lot of different things for organizations that's as large as
Exactly.
it is. So I said you got to you can't just ask me something like that. We sit here,
What are the bullet
have,
points on that title?
right? Like I mean, like come on, you just ask that freely. Like I'm just supposed to know what that means. So he said, "No, we're going to make it formal. I just need to talk to you like my brother. I need to just have that conversation." And I said, "That's fine. I respect that. So send me the official proposal and let me look at that and tell me what that I can see what that entails and what you're asking of me to do because I got a lot going on already. So please, enlighten me on what that is." And
I think we froze a little bit, guys, but he will be back. Um, this man does some amazing things. Former talent manager. We're going to keep talking until he comes back. Um, Celebrity life coach, brand specialist. He's also into natural resource mining of diamonds and gold. We were going to talk about that, talk about the LME, delve into that, basically breaking it down, what that is, and, how you two can get involved. And, just go over some of his other accolades. I mean, he's an amazing person. So we will give him a few minutes to come back. I know that it is frozen on his end. Technical difficulty today. It dropped. So what we're going to do right now is just take a word from our sponsor, and we will be back momentarily when he could join us again. So stay tuned, guys. We apologize about that. And here's a word from our sponsor, Sapphire Emerald Magazine. Jerome?
Snow Black now available. Snow Black, someone's going to play. In the House Media, and now back to our program.
Okay, guys, so we're back. We do apologize about the short interlude. Christopher, I guess, had some technical difficulties on his end. He had a call come in and bumped him, so we're going to have him come back on momentarily. And I believe here he is. He's back. We held the fort down, Christopher. It's okay. Yeah,
Look, I'm so I can't stand Spectrum. I hate him with a passion.
it's okay. We understand things happen. Look, we held the fort down. That's what we do. You should know that by now. We have each other's back, so it's all good. You left off talking about, the foundation in Florida and what the expectations were under that title of president. And did we freeze again? Oh no. He's having problems with the internet, guys. This is not good. But yeah, so just to talk a little bit about, and because I'm not going to keep you guys waiting, talk a little bit about, the foundations that he's all about and affiliated with the United for Human Rights Florida. It deals with, human trafficking. So he's definitely a huge advocate and activist for that cause. And we definitely wanted to get some more, insights about that and how everything, plays into his ultimate vision and goal futuristically, and what we're going to do to collab with that, getting him involved also with the Harriet Tubman Learning Center. There's some amazing things that we all discussed. We have some of the other people that we merged forces with on our favorite new hangout spot, Clubhouse. If you guys are hip and know about that app, we have an amazing group of individuals and followers. And of course, I started out and new to the app, and I think I started on there December 29th-ish. And my following has grown tremendously, I should say. And it's just breathtaking, the inboxes that I get on my Instagram. And even once the connection was made, regarding where everyone sees us, as far as us engaging in the cause and the purpose. And we host these platforms every day. Actually, we have a group of people that I'm affiliated with, and one of them being Christopher. And it's amazing. I can't even tell you how in depth we go. We also had Dave Tolliver on board with us, just talking about branding, talking about the business, talking about the media world, industry specific topics. And they're also hosting some things on the Clubhouse itself. So, if you guys are not hip to the app as of yet, and I know it is by invite only, some amazing things. And, don't believe the hype, because everything is not negative. We do have, everywhere you go, you have the pros and the cons. Of course, you're going to have people that come on to talk about some weird things, weird topics, and have no relevance to what's going on in today's society or trying to uplift and build. But of course, Team InDaHouseMedia, Next Level Promotion, Sapphire Emerald Magazine, Miss Matt Marketing, all of the above. We, as a collective group of people, Federal District Records, we all have an ultimate goal to make sure that we are building as a team and setting the bar for others, and opening the door for other people to have an opportunity to grow as well. And tomorrow, actually, with my other counterparts on Clubhouse, my sister, one of my new BFFs, her name is Elisa Taylor. She's an amazing soul. And with Miss Lola Morgan, amazing. And I met Lola through Christopher as well. And, we're all just bubbling together as, a nice little circle of people that have the same mindset and want to see things elevated. You know, we're hosting tomorrow at 9 o'clock a mental health segment, and it's going to be amazing. We have board certified um, hi, psychologist and therapist that's going to be there talking on some topics. So it's just going to be great. We had to improv and tell people about what we have planned and how everything just came together on the CH itself. Hashtag.
Oh, we talking about Clubhouse. Look, y'all got to forgive me. I'm sorry. Y'all know how everybody internet is. These cable companies since COVID, don't nobody want to act right. And I got Spectrum down here in Florida, and they not worth nothing.
We
Oh
won't
my
talk
God.
about Spectrum.
Oh boy, Spectrum. Got to go in there, reset the box, and all that foolishness. Just man, I get it every day, every day.
You know what it is? I'm not going to tell about your journey. I know what it is. It's getting you prepared for that Wi-Fi botching out. It's just getting your mindset prepared because you're going to be abroad and you're going to deal with the
Right,
Wi-Fi dropping out. So that's all it
right.
is. It's just preparing
That
you
part.
mentally for the
That
trip.
part.
That's it.
Prepare
Just
me for the trip. Divine destiny. This is designed to happen so you can talk about Clubhouse. This was meant to happen so you can talk about tomorrow morning in the Clubhouse, mental health, and Lola and Eliza. Call it Allie. We're gonna make this happen. It's gonna pop. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. So if you got an Android, sorry.
you know what?
Sorry. I'm sorry, Android. Sorry. iPhone family. Sorry.
This
Sorry.
is. Wait till I get off and talk to Eliza and Lola about you. We're gonna have a whole topic.
How long we supposed to be on the phone? Am I wasting time? We on the time limit?
No, you are great. You are great.
Lord, I need y'all to have fun today. It's 2021. It's 2021.
Yes. If you can't laugh, then what are you going to do? See, this is just amazing because, of course, this is something that we do together. We do it together in Clubhouse. If you haven't noticed the relationship that we have, we actually mod rooms together. And for those that don't know, we moderate rooms together. Basically, we hold the rooms down.
Got my green bean. That bean. If you ain't got that bean, you can't talk. I send you to the audience. I wish you would get rude in my room. Boop. Okay, I'll behave. All right, I'll behave. Yes, please.
Jerome, what are we gonna do with Christopher? I tell you. But no, seriously, back to the topic at hand, guys. No, but seriously, if you are an iPhone user and you're already on the Clubhouse app, because of course, if you're a part of Clubhouse, you already invited and you're on the app, please check us out tomorrow, which is Friday at 9 a.m. for this amazing mental health session. It's okay not to be okay. All right.
Right. So y'all know I need all the mental health rehabilitation. That's why I'm gonna be in there because they helping me with all of this up here. They helping me. I need all the help. Pray for me.
We say a prayer, y'all. Just say a prayer. It's okay. Can you tell that the rooms that we have together are just amazing? Christopher keeps everyone, just in a great mood. The energy is always there. And, a lot of people just miss his presence, but he's a busy man and he has things that
I'm going to tell the truth. We ain't got to do that. They can miss me. I'm not going back. I don't care. I don't owe nobody nothing. I ain't going back. Look, we got our own rooms. I don't care. Hey.
So see what had happened was, anyway, so back to the topic at hand, we were talking about human trafficking and so can we take that back, please, sir? We're going to be Clubhouse business in the Clubhouse because people don't know what we're talking about. Really.
Look, y'all got to just come to Clubhouse. I'm telling you, you'll meet some people. You're going to meet some great people. You're going to see some foolishness and you can just leave quietly. It's a lot going on in Clubhouse, but it's a lot of network and a lot of good people you can meet. So, I ain't dropping those drops. Clubhouse, but I'm just saying it's free. It don't cost no money. Just come hang out with us, Clubhouse. And just find us, the real _ Chris King on Clubhouse. Hers is very long. It's next Michelle, next
It's not true. It's just at Michelle Diamond. Okay, that is on Instagram. And this
I
is
would go.
part of what we discuss, guys. We talk about branding, we talk about your Instagram page and what you need to set up. We talk about not having your family. So if you notice that my page has taken a change before Clubhouse, but it's been in the making of, leaving some things private and some things just business. So with that being said, don't listen to Chris.
What's the next question?
The question, we were on the topic of, human trafficking, and then we were talking about Michelle next level federal whatever. So yes, human
So,
trafficking, sir.
human trafficking. I mean, y'all got look. Those that know me. I'm a lot of fun, but when I get serious, I'm passionate and I get serious, and you know,
Absolutely.
I can lock your attention in. So we're gonna get serious for about 35 seconds. You can count 35 seconds, and then we're gonna be back having some fun again. But truly, human trafficking, Florida. I'm in Florida. Human trafficking is serious. And when I say serious from the perspective, you need to understand that it can happen to you. Serious. Nobody is safe. Nobody. Not lawyers, not doctors, not police officers, not children, not mothers, not fathers, not husbands, not wives. Nobody. They don't have a demographic. The only thing they look for is humans. Period. Big, small, short, tall, don't matter. There's a dollar figure assessed to the human being. That's all that matters to these traffickers. They have no empathy, they have no compassion. Florida's ranked third on the list of human trafficking violations that are reported and called into the human trafficking hotline based out of Tallahassee. Now, I just said something to you, and I really want to make sure you caught it. I said Florida is ranked third only for what's been reported. We ain't even talking about the things that we don't even know that's going on. The back alleys, the back houses, the websites, the things they can't even track and hadn't even found yet. We're ranked third just based on what's reported. And that's based on a phone call, I call, Michelle calls, you calls. We're talking about a person, a human being, committing a crime against another human being against their own will, forcing them to do something. And we're not talking about just sex. Sex slavery is just one category. Child labor, forced labor, entrapment. It's so many different facets to trafficking. We want to get into organ trafficking and things of that nature, but it's just all of it is inhumane. And truly, I despise it. It's a part of my advocacy platform, and literally, I enjoy what I do. Uh, but it's painful. It's painful at times, truly. When you meet a young lady or a young boy, and he's been through this traumatic experience. Tomorrow, we're talking about mental health. We're talking about how you heal from traumatic experiences.
Mm.
And sometimes in everybody's traumatic experience is not the same. It's just not. You can't equate it. One person's pain, you can't say is not as bad as somebody else's pain.
Amen.
Everybody's pain is individually based. And how they process that pain is based on their mental stability. You can't make that call for somebody else and say, well, that was not that bad. You can get over it. You can't make that call because you don't know where their mental state is. You don't know their present lifestyle, their situations, what they're dealing with. This compounded on top of that experience. So when a person deals with human trafficking, we really have to take a step back and really hone that person in and hold their hands to walk them through their rehabilitation, their mental stability installation, the control, retraining them back to society that it truly is okay to live and thrive. Because some of them they detach and they detach hard.
So true.
I ain't gonna ramble no more. That was longer than 35 seconds.
Oh, stop it. You know, I'm telling you, Christopher commands a room when he speaks, guys. And when he does, everybody is just tuned in. He's well versed. And, this is definitely a good cause that he's affiliated with. And, you know, if you are on the Clubhouse app, come through. You know, you will not be disappointed. We have some other things that we're working on. My other counterpart, Maisha, Chris knows her as well. We mod the room together. You know, we have some amazing things that we want to do. You know, we're not going to put it all out there, but podcast wise, Christopher. And
See y'all in Atlanta on such and such a date. I'll let you know that date, but I'll be in Atlanta. Make sure you buy a ticket. Now come see me speak. I promise you, you will not be upset.
absolutely. I mean, this is going places, guys, and I'm just grateful. So, you know, stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. And, you know, just to take it back a little bit from the woosahs, because, you know, that's a very touchy topic for me, per
One,
se.
two, three. What's that? One, two, three. Three, two, one. Okay. All right.
Namyo Rengekyo.
Now me already go. Okay, let's
Yeah,
go.
exactly. So, um, taking it back, we know that you've done so many amazing things. You were a former talent manager. Tell us about that. Being, you know, a celebrity life coach and brand specialist. Like, tell us, tell us.
I mean, when you see that little picture right there, see I'm pointing over here, so here, see on my camera, it's over here. I'm like, okay, that one, that guy, right? That him, that one, talking about that guy. So, truly, after the military, my grandfather asked me, "What you going to do now, son?" And I said, "Well, what do you want me to do?" You love the fact that I was your Marine. He was like, I got a Marine guard just like the president. So he loved me with him, period. And I'm talking about BB King for those that are not on Clubhouse through Android users. I'm talking about BB King, sorry. So he
So,
loved this Marine guard. And he asked me what I was going to do. So I had to figure that part out. But I told him, I said, I can come work for you if you like, and, start some new transitions. And he said, well, if you're going to come work for me, you can't work for me. You got to work for yourself. And with that being said, I started, La Rock Management Group back then, and I had to formulate a business. Couldn't just get on the bus and just be the grandson on the bus. That wasn't going to work. He wanted me to create a platform for employment, not just be on the bus, but build something worth having, worth keeping. So I had my management firm, and he said, okay, cool. You got the business set up, everything's ready to go. So here's the contract for the company, for your company, to be the assistant road manager for me. Perfect. So now I got a company. I'm not just a grandson, but my company gets a contract for a celebrity, and I take a salary from my company. From there, he said, now you got to get more people because you can't just ride on my bus forever. So as I started reaching out and building my brand. So I had to figure out who was Christopher King and what did that entail. So I took classes, understanding contracts, understanding writers, understanding, stage plots, how to truly depict and set up stage plots and set up the sound bars, all of that stuff. I'm like, what is a writer? And he showed it to me, he broke all that down. He said, this is what I get just for showing up separate from the money that I'm paid. This is everything I'm supposed to have backstage in the dressing room, the hotel room, all of that breakdown. I said, you really got 16 cases of water on here? Are you serious? He said, son, I got a band. Band got to get fed. Band need water. So I had to think about it from that perspective, that what's requested on that is not just for him. It's for everything that he carries with him, his entourage, his people. But his entourage were actually employees. They worked. From the bus drivers to band members, everybody had a job, even the security detail. They all had a job. And the writer took care of everybody in its place. So I had him. I had Jackie Christie from Basketball out of LA for some time. Also, Jeremy Menzies, the NFL player. He's retired since then. Field Mob, Sean J. and Smoke. Just a host of models and athletes as well. So the company did very well. And I met a lot of great people that weren't necessarily clients, but just good friends. So I partnered with Vanzo Burke and Burke Management for some time. So, and he was based out of LA. So, and I was in Atlanta. So when he had clients coming to Atlanta, and this is how I got Jackie Christie, he wouldn't fly. He would say, hey, Chris, we got a client coming to Atlanta. Can you step in as management for her so we don't have to travel? That's less on the rider and on the bill. We split the money. Jackie will pay you your percentage when you get to Atlanta. Cool, fine. So that's how we partnered, and everything worked. It worked out well, and of course, everybody knows the news. But BB died 6 years ago, 5 years ago. When he passed away, I kind of lost that drive that I didn't want to manage talent anymore. I don't want to be in that world because, like I said, he was my mentor. He taught me the ropes. He gave me the keys to the city. And when I knew I couldn't pick up that phone at 2 o'clock in the morning, because I know he just got off stage and he was back at the hotel eating his cornbread and greens and buttermilk, I couldn't call him and say, "Hey, Papa, how was the show? How was your day? How do you feel? You just got off stage, and it was funny. I tested him one day. I didn't tell him I was coming to a show, and I drove up and I was in the room and I saw his cell phone. I peeked around the corner and I looked. I said, I'm gonna call him and see if he's gonna ignore my phone call or answer the call. But he didn't know I was in the suite. I was in the other side of the suite. So I picked up my phone and I called his phone, and I saw him lean over and he looked at it. He said, I need everybody to leave the room. My grandson called it. And when I tell you, I almost broke down in tears. You know, uh, it's different. When you confirm the love of a person, and the part that hurt me wasn't the fact that he did that for me. It was the fact that I had the mindset that I needed to even do that. That's what hurt me, and I had to check myself. People really care about me out here in these streets. I mean something to people, and people need to resonate that with themselves. That not only do you that people care for you, but you can also care for for other people. You can care for people just as much, and it truly it uplifts you.
Don't try to have me tear it up over here.
So, I had to uplift myself and I had to get myself together. And I said, okay, so you're off the bus, you're done with that. Now, what is Christopher King going to do? So, that's when I went into the fashion, and I let all the models go, and I let everything go. I was done with it, and I went into just fashion itself, because being responsible for his wardrobe was one of the things on my docket under my management, as the road manager, because we were responsible for the tours. When the bus rolled out, logistics, city to city, everything was under our hat for LaRock Management. And my Uncle Willie was also there too. So it was a lot. It was a lot. But I loved it. I loved it. It was training for the future, divine destiny.
Mm, amazing. Look, now I have to pull out my, like you say, with your roll of quarters. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it at you.
Look, I collect change. I collect change. I ain't
Oh,
even playing.
we know.
I ain't even playing. You know, I ain't even playing. I will collect change, roll it, and take it to the bank. Please believe me.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Quarters add up.
you're so silly. But yeah, and talking about quarters,
You
going.
better not. You better not talk about them quarters.
Oh no, 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 no. We want to talk about it. He's like, I'm gonna exit stage left. Hold on 1 minute. I did not say that.
Talk about the quarters sideways.
Inside joke. Enough of the inside jokes. Okay. So let's talk to the audience, let them know a little bit about, the mining.
The money.
Yes.
What money? Oh, mining. Oh, child.
No,
So
nobody start with an accent.
there's a few things that people can do. You just have to get ready to go over the water. Mr. King, how are you today? When I go across the water. So she's asking about mining. And so there's many things people can do when it comes to investments and how they generate their individual wealth. Um, I never really liked stocks. Stocks was not my thing. It's nothing that you really can't control. It's unpredictable. It fluctuates. It goes up and down daily, by the minute, by the hour. And 1 minute you got it, next minute everything's gone. I'm like, that's not something I think I want to risk. No, it's not. Too much brain power. I don't want to do that. I won't think that hard. No, this black man does not want to think that hard. So I'm saying that on the record. I do not want to think that hard. So a passport is the key to so many things other than just vacations. when I was able to get my passport, and when I was well, let me back up a little bit. So I had a business partner who. Let me back up again. So when I was in the military, I was a DJ, and imagine being a Marine in a nightclub DJing after 16:30 when you get off the clock, technically. But I met a guy. He hired me to be his tour DJ, and from that, that's how I got into all of that. So he hired me to be his tour DJ. We did Chingy, Grupo Nietzsche, Mr. Cheeks. We did a lot of concerts overseas, and I got orders to come back to the States. And I said, okay, I'm finna leave. And fast forward, we did some nightclubs, did a couple of restaurants. He was always my investor. He always stuck with me no matter what I did. And then I asked him when I was getting ready to get out of the military, I asked him, I said, hey man, I never asked you, but I'm curious, how do you really make your money? And that's when he told me. He says, well, I mine in Africa. I go to Africa and we mine. Um, and I said, interesting. I want to do that. And he said, you can't do that. I said, no, I want to do that. He said, no, you can't do that. It's too risky. I said, I want to do that. He says, okay, you serious? You know, he asked me how much money I had because I had to buy into it. I had to invest. And I invested, undisclosed amount of money, but my savings was liquidated and I invested. And then from there, he called me. I think I waited around for about maybe 2, 3 years. Because think about it, this is 2021. I'm talking about 2008, 2009. We're back. We're that far back in the scale. So waited around for a few years, and then he called me and said, "Hey, King," because everybody called me King. It's Corporal King, Sergeant King is King. I got a present for you. I said, "What you mean you got a present for me?" He said, "I just got confirmation. You get a FedEx package today." I said, "Yeah, I got a package." He said, "Did you open it yet?" He said, "No." I said, "No, I ain't opening it." He said, "You need to go open the package." I went and opened the package, and it was a debit card. It was a bank card in the envelope. I said, "Well, I got
Barclays
package."
card.
No, it wasn't Barclays. An account in Dubai. Um,
Mm.
and he said, "That's your money." And I said, "What you mean my money?" He says, "There should be a letter in there with instructions on how to log in and see the account and things of that nature. You need to go, take your moment, step away from it, whoever you are, go in a room, go in the office, and just go look at that." So I did that, and he says, "Now, if you also look in the envelope, you should have another envelope in the envelope." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Open it," and it was a plane ticket. He said, "It should be a flight for Emirates Airlines. You need to get on that plane. You need to come over here. I'm in Guinea." This is West Africa. So I met him in West Africa, and it was a 2 day. It took me 2.5 days to get there, literally. To Orlando to Dubai was 16 hours. I sat in Dubai for a 22-hour layover. Then I went from there to Guinea, which is another 12-hour flight, 9-hour flight. It was 9 hours from Dubai. So 2.5 days just to get there. And it was dirty. It stink. The smell was awful. The air, the heat. It was just, oh my God, the dust. It's an experience when you get off the plane that just makes you cringe sometimes. And you're like, wow, I'm in Africa. I'm in the motherland right now. Confused black man ain't never left the country on my own, because when I traveled in the military, I was with a unit, so now it was a new experience. So he says, okay, we're going to stay in a hotel for a few days. And then from there, we're going to go in country. We're going to go to the mountain. And I'm like, what do you mean in country? He says, this is your lap of luxury, but don't get comfortable in this hotel. I said, what do you mean? He said, this is the last toilet you're going to see for a while.
It's so crazy. See,
So,
we could give them everything, Christopher. Okay, okay, King. We cannot give them everything, King. Okay, we're
man,
gonna give
look,
them a little bit. Okay, because
no,
with this we're gonna have to come
they,
back and
they need to understand that just okay, I mine diamonds and gold. You get it done. But see, that's just fun. That ain't the meat. See, let me get to the point. We got to the mountain in the village. And when I tell you the hole was about this big that I had to squat over to use the bathroom. Wasn't no walls, wasn't no toilet, wasn't none of that. Wasn't no refrigerator, wasn't no air conditioning unit. Nothing but a mud hut with a straw roof. And they said, that's your cot. And we got to go to work. Sacrifices, ladies and gentlemen. What will you sacrifice to get the things you want in life? Because trust me, sometimes to get to that gem, that goal, that nugget, that success story, it's not sitting in a luxury hotel. It's just
That part.
not. You got to make some sacrifices to get to what you want. You know, no ice. You're drinking hot, flat sodas. You're powering your cell phone with a generator. In the night when the sun goes down, it's pitch black dark because ain't no electricity.
Mm.
2017, I died from malaria. I flatlined in the hospital for 3 minutes from malaria. And then 2 months later, I was right back in Africa again. Sacrifice, divine destiny. What's meant for you, gonna be for you. And
Amen.
God would not allow you to miss your destiny. What's meant to
So
be, was meant to be.
that's
So
why I can't have him give it all to you right now. And I refuse to let him give it all. We just wanted him to touch on it because we have things to do.
so
Um,
much.
oh, yes. So, with that being said, as you heard it straight from his mouth, he will be in the ATL. We're going to give you the dates where you could come out and hear this amazing person speak. Trust me, this is just not even the tip of the iceberg. Stay tuned. We have so much more, so much more. So, if you are on the Clubhouse app, come join us tomorrow so you could get a little snippet of what we have to offer and what we're bringing. 2021 ain't ready. So, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much, Mr. King, for joining
Oh,
us
you're welcome.
this
It's my
evening
pleasure.
and
It's my pleasure.
sharing
My pleasure.
some of your stories with us. And we have so much more to discuss. We will definitely have him back when we have another panel of guests. And it's going to be just fruitful, fruitful, fruitful.
Make
So,
sure you guys check in with me on Instagram, the
yes,
Real Christopher King, Facebook, the Real Christopher King. Make sure you tune in, YouTube, check out my videos as well. There's some TV shows out there too. I look forward to communicate with everybody. Just reach out to me. My inbox is open. No managers. It's just me. You talk to me. I love y'all.
absolutely. See, he took my job. See, I was going to do it, but see, that's why I love him. He is the man, and he does what he says that he's going to do.
Look,
So,
even though my grandfather's passed on, I keep him next to me. So I keep BB King right there next to my heart. No matter where I go, I keep it with me.
oh, see. Anyway, so thank you guys, and we're gonna bring him back so we could go more into depth about all of that. The amazing Christopher King. Definitely check him out, the real Christopher King on Instagram, as he says. Check him out on YouTube, and yeah, check him out. Check him out. He's appeared in some other things as well. So thanks again for joining us on In the Media House Call. And this is your host, Michelle Diamond, and we were powered by the amazing Sapphire Emerald Magazine and in part with MBG Global. Stay tuned until next time, guys. Have a blessed one. Love and